Hi guys, how you doing today? Happy Monday. Got the music in the background a little bit. Walk these today. Check the new features with StreamYard. Let's read a bit. Here we are. Today we're going to talk about leadership and how to be a confident leader. This is an article by Robert Kennedy III. He also has his own blog. You can probably check it out here in the email. There's some links in it. Alright guys, let's get into our article today. So, can you imagine Alexander the Great or Napoleon Bonaparte as insecure leaders? Can you imagine them trying to rally troops and yet bring hesitant in the calls they had to make in the heat of battle? What would it be like if a president appeared unsure or said "I don't know" a lot during his or her speeches? Not very good. Most of us respond to that immediate thinking, "Whoa, that probably wouldn't be good." But those leaders exist. They exist in the workplace, they exist in churches, they exist in homes. In fact, I was one when I had an early leadership position. They exist in some cases because they had leadership pressed upon them. They were given a little, but they weren't given the tools. They given the title, but not the tools. There we go. Okay. Or maybe they were just born with the tools and they could only be sharpened. That could be my answer. Sharpen your tools as a leader. Leadership is a funny thing. We are all grown-ups and we make decisions every day, but some leaders, especially reluctant leaders, often wonder why they are in that position. They wonder why people need to follow them anyway. They wonder what caused them to be placed in this inevitable position. People are different. We all make different decisions. We all have different prospects. We all respond differently. So when we are all in the same room, we need someone to pull things together at the very minimum. A leader is there to break the tie, and they must be willing to break the tie while living with the results of the tiebreaker. They must lead confidently. Here's a quote. He can inspire a group only if he himself is filled with confidence and hope of success. Floyd Wilson. Right, so here's the problem. The problem is that confidence isn't a natural thing for most of us. It must be developed, and it must be developed for the right use. Confidence developed for the wrong reasons is simply viewed as selfish conceit. Confidence developed for the purpose of service is viewed as determination. Determined. But how is this developed? One, leaders must take risks. A leader has got to be willing to try by nature. But most of us are fearful, and we are especially fearful of things that are new. Yeah. Are you fearful of new things? Let me know in the comments. See what kind of fears you have for trying new things. There is an entire industry called change management. For this very reason, you may not succeed, but the willingness to try something new is important confidence booster. Let me add here that the trying should be well communicated. Trying in a vacuum and then simply telling a group of people that you are responsible to doesn't build trust. Transparency and frequent communication are critical here. Transparency and frequent communication. Number 2, leaders must learn. If the leader of the organization isn't attending seminars, being coached, reading books, creating new learning opportunities, then you should run. This is an organization that will not go very far. If they are simply depending on their own personal charisma and talent for long-term success, then you will not see much sustainable growth. Confidence grows as you surpass new levels. Growth is essential, sure. Pardon me. Number 3, leaders must act quickly. One of the toughest things for people to do is wait. It's worse when they have to wait without direction. Sometimes it's necessary to think through the options before you. But Mostly people want to know what the options are being considered and when they can expect a response. Decision making is an art to be practiced. A leader must the leader most often needs to be able to garner input quickly, synthesize the information, make a decision, and then live with the result. Cool. This process repeats this process repeated builds confidence in the decision-making capability of the leader. The confidence is built not in the leader themselves, but also the people that are looking to them for a decision. The quick action doesn't always bring resolution. It may simply be an action to show that the process has started. Sometimes that's enough. All right, let's carry on here. So, two more paragraphs. Read that. All right, guys. As I learned in my first supervisory position, confident leadership reassures the team that you've got their back. It allows them to know that you have their best interests at heart, but you're also willing to do what it takes to ensure great results. It lets them know that in the heat of the battle, you will stand up and not shrink. Confident leadership shows that you are not just interested in the title, you're interested in the success of everyone you lead. Perfect. Confident leadership is not the same as arrogant leadership. I began by asking a question about Napoleon. You could say that he was confident, but he was ultimately viewed as arrogant, and it led to his downfall. He became intoxicated by his power and stepped on anyone who got in the way. Being a warrior got him his fame, and so after a while, he believed that continually winning wars would bring continued fame to himself and his nation. But he stopped listening to his advisor, who told him not to invade Russia in 1812. He lost more than half the men and ultimately his position. This leads to one more thing that leaders do. They listen. You good listener? Perfect. All right, so quick recap. The leaders act quickly. Leaders are learners, right? And then leaders take risks. Obviously, they be calculated. All right, guys, thank you for listening today. Hope you enjoyed that article. If you have any comments, leave them below. I'd love to hear you guys. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Have a good one.